Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on this reading today. This is your April 2016 month ahead overview. Thank you. Firstly, before I start, Scorpio, I'd like to say thanks to absolutely everybody who's ordered a reading with me. You've just been amazing. I'm amazed at the wonderful comments and emails I get from people. If you've been trying to leave a comment about your personal reading, I'm ever so sorry, but comments can't be left at this present time, only because it doesn't seem to want to work. I don't know why this is happening or how, but it's not working. I'm going to check with my website provider and see if they can do something about it. They should be able to, because I love to have the comments and the reviews up on the website. It's really good. The other thing to say is thank you to everyone who's subscribed. I'm waiting to get to 15,000 subscribers before I actually start my massive giveaway, and it's going to be the giveaway of all giveaways. It's going to actually have free readings, okay? I'm not going to talk too much about it at the moment, but it's going to be sort of a raffle. I'll think about how I'm going to do it, but there's going to be 3 or 4 free readings that I'm going to be offering. I was thinking of offering a free reading per sign, but then that would be so much work to do, included with all the website work and also the YouTube stuff that I have at the moment. So that's probably not going to be a possibility, but there's going to be 3 or 4 free readings that I'm going to be offering, just to say thank you. I am really thankful and so grateful to you guys, to the universe, to everyone who comments. I'm sorry that if I don't reply to comments each month. It's simply that literally, you know, the amount of stuff that I get through emails, comments, you know, it's very hard for me to respond to everybody as much as I would like. So I'd just like to say, first and foremost, thank you to everyone who comments on the YouTube channel as well. The other thing to say is if you'd like a free reading, not free reading yet, if you'd like a reading with me, you can go to my website, which is www.carolsuniverse.co.uk, and you can also read the reviews on the website too. So let's make a start on your reading. I've already pre-laid the cards, Scorpio, and you know, it's a magnificent month, April is, because I know, especially as well being a Scorpio, over the last few years how difficult things have been for Scorpios. And you know, it's an amazing thing when I hear people write to me and say, you know, I'm really turning a corner now, things are really changing, things are really looking up. It fills my heart with joy. It fills me with absolute happiness and absolute pride to see how people can change their lives around. And this is why I set up Carol's Universe. It wasn't simply a case of just doing readings and getting paid for it. It was literally seeing the follow through afterwards and seeing how I've helped to impact and change people's lives. I've helped to help people just to see things in a different way, or, you know, just to give them clarity. The tarot for me isn't about, okay, somebody comes to me and says, will my ex come back to me, and saying, bish bash bosh, yes, they're coming back, and that's it. That's not the case with this website at all. I want people to face up to the truth. So if I see that I think that they're kind of obsessing over someone, I'll let them know. I think the cards are telling you that you're actually obsessing over a particular person, and they're probably not going to be coming back, because then that helps. Even though the words are difficult to hear, sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need a reality check in order to move forward, because we could literally just spend your life feeling that someone's going to come back to you, and potentially they might do, but there's also the potential that they're probably not going to. So for me, you know, we've all had to face our demons, and to me, the whole point of Carol's Universe is helping people to face up to the truth. I'm not feeding anybody with any bullshit on readings. That's not what I'm about. I've had too much hardship in my own life to ever do that with another human being. So what I want to do is just empower people and help them to face their own shit. And also from there, I'm not a trained counsellor. I'm going to be doing some training in counselling though, because I want to set up something on the website where it's counselling through the tarot. I feel the tarot is brilliant for a brilliant counselling tool, so I need to be a certified counsellor in order to do that. So I'm going to be doing that as well. But your reading is beautiful, Scorpio, for the month of April, because we're not focusing on love this month, okay? It's not a love reading. It's more about you this month, and it's about bringing your dreams to life. It's about not being afraid to face up to the truth if something literally isn't working, or if something is just a daydream. It's about letting go of that and moving on to new territory. Your 2 general energy cards are the Queen of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Now I want you to take a look at those 2 cards for a moment. Let me put them in the right order. What do those cards say to you, Scorpio? What imagery does that say to you? For a moment, just take a look at the cards, Scorpio. Sun, Moon and Rising signs. What do those two cards say? To me, those cards say, cut through the bullshit, cut through the illusion. And anything that's not working, cut it out. And anything that is working, bring it in. Okay? Because on the one hand, this woman holds up a sword. So she said there's a limit. You can come so far, but there's a limit. But on the other, she holds her hand out and she says, come hither, come here. So the Queen of Swords for me can sometimes represent somebody who might send out mixed messages. Just from the picture, she represents someone. I have been a Queen of Swords at times where I've sent mixed messages to someone. I've said, yeah, I want to invite you into my life, but then there's a limit. You need to only stop there because I can't have you come too close. And on the other hand, she's very assertive and she's very astute and she's very confident and she's an independent thinker. And to me, the Seven of Cups is about confusion. It's about castles in the sky. It's about having choices but not knowing which one to go for because you're afraid of making a mistake. It's about wishful thinking, daydreaming, living in a dream. With this card, sometimes things are just not realised. They're just not, they're in the virtual. They're not in reality. And to me, the Queen of Swords says, you need to put your thinking cap on and you need to be analytical and you need to think with your head and not just with your heart, which is really what the swords do. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, they're all about being analytical and they're all about thinking things through, okay, before you either take action or make a decisive decision on something. So because the Queen of Swords to me is a very decisive character and because the Seven of Cups is about indecision and lack of what's the word I'm looking for? A lack of perception. This is a perceptive card. Queen of Swords is a perceptive card. It's about being perceptive on something. Looking at something and saying whether it works or whether it don't work. And then if it works, whether it works or doesn't work, you make a decision whether you're going to keep it in or whether you're going to let it go. So to me, this is about keeping something in or letting it go. But more than anything, when I look at those two cards together, it's almost like it's saying, your thoughts create your reality, okay? Your dreams create your reality. The Queen of Swords seems to be inviting all seven cups down. It's almost like it's saying that everything can be yours. Whilst this man on the Seven of Cups, and this is you guys because you're cups, stands and doesn't know what to choose. He procrastinates, he delays, he waits. The Queen of Swords says now, it's time. So it's almost like the card is saying, it's time. It's time to bring something down to earth. It's time to face up to the truth. It's time to be honest because she is representative of the zodiac sign of Libra, which is fairness and it's balance, creating a balanced life, creating a balanced outlook. It's all about balanced perception. Okay, so this is not balanced. The Seven of Cups is not balanced. Sevens for me represent conflicts a lot of the time anyway, conflicting energies. I do want it and I don't want it. I don't know how to do it. I want to do it, but they're kind of like, especially Seven of Cups, the excuse card in a way. I'm going to keep this on a pedestal or I'm going to keep it in the air because that's where I feel most comfortable with it. If I take it down, then what will I get? I don't want to face the truth of something, so I think I'll just look at it through rose-tinted glasses or where it, you know, it's untouchable or where I can't get to it, just in case I make a mess of it. And the Queen of Swords says no. Make a decision and bring it down. Bring these castles in the sky down to earth because you can create a wonderful life with this. The Three of Wands is your advice card. The Three of Wands is all about looking at things in a bigger way. It's creating a huge, vast empire. This guy has already started the process. Two of Wands is behind him. He's made the initial completion of something. He's taken the initial steps. Now he's looking future forward. He's saying, what else can I get in? What else can I bring in? So really, this card in its entirety is about our castles, our ships coming in, bringing things into us. It's also very much a communication card. So you'll see this card when there's international connections, when you're communicating with others, when you're looking to form groups around others, because it's number 3, it's more than one. It's about putting out that wolf call, putting that call out there and attracting in the things that we're putting out. And all 3 cards to me say during April you're going to be attracting the things that you want to you. But you have to be decisive. This is how the law of attraction works, Scorpio. When we're decisive about something, when we say, right, no, this is how it's going to be, that's your start point. You start saying, this is how it's going to be, this is how I want it, and then you start attracting it in, because the universe, you are then aligned with your ideals, with your highest ideals, with your highest perceptions. You're aligned with exactly who you are, and that's when the universe starts responding. So I feel there's going to be a major response to your call in the month of April. But this takes work. This isn't about waiting, like the Seven of Cups does, or looking at things on a cloud. It's about literally drawing it to you and bringing it to you, like the Queen of Swords does. She brings and she draws those 7 cups to her. What she doesn't want, she discards, and what she wants, she has. That's why, with the swords, she discards, with the hand she brings. And that's when you get this, your ship's coming in, drawing, attracting what you want to you. The first of the 8 cards is the Page of Cups and the Two of Wands. You not only dare to dream, you take action on it. The Page of Cups is kind of a dreamer, okay? He offers sweet words of love, sweet words of... he often invites. He's an invitation card as well. So when you get the Page of Cups, sometimes it can be that somebody's going to invite you to do something. It's a news card, it's messages, it's receiving invitations, okay? And with the Two of Wands, we take action on those invitations. So for some of you guys, it's what you put out there. You might, again, be drawing something in. This can also be on your ideas. Page of Cups is often about having wonderful ideas, creative ideas, romantic ideas. And with the Two of Wands being the action card, it's taking action on those things. So again, I'm seeing action being taken on ideas. The same as the Queen of Swords. But she takes action in her mind because she makes a decision. With the law of attraction, it's your thoughts become your reality. So you have your thought, then you have the feeling, and then you take the action. And that's what happens to attract, okay? So the Queen of Swords is the thought, the Cups is the feeling, and the Three of Wands is the action. And that's what creates your reality. The Nine of Wands shows up next. Nine of Wands can be a card about fear. It is a card a lot of the time about fear and anxiety, trepidation. We're not sure what we're going to get. But also it's a card about defending your territory. It's a card about being strong. It's a card about being confident. And it's also, more than anything for me, a card about perseverance. It depends what type of reading you get this in, okay? But for me, within this reading, it's about persevering. So for some of you guys, you might have given up on something. You might have thought to yourself, nah, you know, that's just a daydream. That's just a wish. Because the Seven of Cups for me can be a wish card as well. It's wishing for something, but not knowing whether it's going to manifest, because it hasn't manifested yet. So for me, the Nine of Wands says persevere. Because what you get when you persevere is the Ace of Cups. You get a new beginning. You get fresh hope. You get fresh beginnings. You get newness. You get excitement coming in. Lovely things. So it's almost like saying with the Nine of Wands, the more that you work, the harder you work, the luckier you become. So it's worth it, Scorpio. We also have the Seven of Wands here. Now the Seven of Wands for me can represent struggle. It's struggling against adversity. It's struggling against naysayers. One of your naysayers might be the Emperor. Because this is kind of a very... the Emperor deals in reason. And I'm telling you to be reasonable about things. I'm telling you to be responsible about things. I'm telling you to be honest. But I'm not telling you not to dream. As long as you can start the process of bringing those dreams into your reality, that's the most important thing. Where people fail is where they have a dream and they let it stay as a dream. Because then it just stays as a dream and it never comes into your reality. So you can't live the dream. And this card, this reading is about living the dream for Scorpios in April. So one of your adversaries might be the Emperor. Because he's the type of person that says, no, this is this, that is that, and that's it. That's my final answer. Some of you guys might be facing some form of adversity, maybe with an authority figure being the Emperor. Someone who is very rigid in his belief. He's non-moving. He's a number 4. He rules the number 4 pip cards because he's number 4 major arcana card, which is about building blocks, building foundations. But sometimes when we build blocks, we build walls. And sometimes if the walls are strong enough and tall enough, you can't get over them or you can't get past them. But in your dreams you can. And if you're willing to take the action on those dreams, you can get over that wall. So for some of you guys, with the Seven of Wands, it might literally be, with the Emperor, you may have built some blocks up here. But really what this reading is saying is, The blocks that you have built up in your mind, Scorpio, you need to find a way to overcome that. Okay, or else you get nowhere. You get absolutely nowhere. So what I'm seeing is definitely overcoming some shit here within the month of April, Scorpio, okay? I can see you definitely overcoming something. There are blocks with that Emperor, I feel. But also the Emperor is a card about building foundations, okay? It's a card about creating order amongst chaos. We see chaos in the Seven of Wands, but we see order in the Emperor. So in order to overcome those blocks, you need to create order amidst the chaos, which means making realistic plans, making realistic goals, but never ever losing sight of the dream. Just because we have to be realistic, just because we have to follow a certain path or a certain rule or a certain established way of doing things, it doesn't mean that you can't live your dream. It simply means that there are certain protocols that one needs to go through before we can actually fly. So, as Burt Bacharach, as I always say, once you know the rules, then you can actually break them. So I see you having to overcome certain things. It could be your fear with this Nine of Wands. Okay? It could be your confusion with the Seven of Cups. But at all times, you overcome these things, Scorpio, and what you find is you start attracting in the very things that you've been looking for. Three of Wands is about somebody who's looking out. They're waiting for something to come to them. They're making that call out into the universe, across the sea, and they're asking for what they want, and they're getting it back. They're waiting patiently, but as an advice card, this can also say what you've been looking for or waiting for is coming through to you, but you have to take the action before you can actually have that arrive, which shows in the general energy of the Queen of Swords and that Seven of Cups. She makes a definitive decision, and that's when the ball starts rolling, and everything else in this reading. The final card showing up are the Page of Pentacles and the beautiful World card. I'm sorry for the lighting in here, it's a bit dark at the minute. One moment, I'm going to put a light on. That's better. Sorry, the lighting is terrible actually in this room. The Page of Pentacles is usually a card about being responsible with money, or it can be about having a shortage of something but having to work with it, okay? Because this shortage here, or whatever it is that you have to work with, has great potential in the World card. There's room for achievement here. There's real achievement. So it's almost like something that starts small grows big with the World card. Okay, there's real achievement with this idea. There's real achievement with this small pentacle. This very thing that you're looking at, that you're thinking, oh, I don't know whether I can do it. I don't know which direction to take this in. I don't know how big this is going to grow, but it says it's going to grow big because we've got the World card here. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be overnight. I'm not saying that you're going to have everything come to you in April. That's not what I'm saying, but you're going to have a lot come to you. You're going to have good stuff come to you, because the Page of Pentacles is often the good news card, especially when it comes to finances. So for some of you guys, I feel, looking at these cards as well, the Nine of Wands can be a struggle card. It can be having to persevere, having to really try with something. But the Ace of Cups facing that page of Nine of Wands almost suggests to me that you've been waiting, or you might have been really persevering with something, and maybe this is the answer. Maybe somebody offers you something with great joy, great happiness, and with lots of love that helps you. And along with this Page of Pentacles, this could be the thing here. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's time, but it's going to help you to achieve with the World card. Everything can come to you, Scorpio. Everything. But you have to be brave enough to take the leap of faith and move forward. You have to be brave enough to take those cups down. This guy is not brave enough to do that. That's why there are 7 cups and not 1 in his hand. He doesn't even have a cup in his hand. He has 7 that are floating on a cloud. He likes the idea of this stuff, but he doesn't know what to go for because he's confused. And so it creates a sense of chaos in his mind. He becomes quite blurred by the choices, because he hasn't got any order. And the Queen of Swords says, right, it's time to create some order in your life. We're going to declutter. She's looking to declutter the 7 of Cups and bring everything down into your reality. And you're going to sort through it with the Emperor card. And you're going to sort through it with the Page of Pentacles. And you're going to sort through it with the Two of Wands. Okay, so some of you guys are going to be taking action on your creative ideas with that Page of Cups. There might be some good news, some lovely news coming in with the Page of Cups as well as that Page of Pentacles. Some of you guys will need to persevere, but there are such rewards with that perseverance, because we've got the Ace of Cups and the World card. Two cards about fresh new beginnings. The World card usually says that you're at the top. Finally, you've achieved something here. And with that Ace of Cups, it brings in the new cycle. Whatever it is you've achieved brings in a new, fresh cycle of things happening. The Emperor card, yes, it talks about blocks, and the Seven of Wands, to me, that's breaking those blocks down. It's having the confidence and the resilience to do it. This is an absolutely beautiful reading, Scorpio, for April. Really, really beautiful. But what excites me most is bringing our dreams into reality, because they can become a reality for you. They seriously can. But how much do you want it? How much do you want this reality? How much do you want it? Do you want it? Do you believe that you can have it? Do you believe that you can do it? What do you believe? What do you believe as a person? If you only have a dream and it stays a dream, if you sit in front of the TV, I'm not saying you do that, most of you probably work or something, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter where you are in life. If you've got a dream to do something and it stays a dream, then stop dreaming. Because it'll get you nowhere. But if you have a dream to do something and you decide, you make the decision to cut through the bullshit, to cut through the illusion, anything is possible. Anything. Even if it's baby steps that you take. The Page of Cups is baby steps. You get that in a love reading, it can mean flirting, flirtatious little looks, starting off of something. It's not serious. Page of Cups is never serious for me as a love reading, as a love card. It just isn't. It's just, it is what it is. It's something that's developing. It's some kind of signal, body language or message that's being given, but it's not anything that's really, really developed. Where we have the development is the World card. True development is with this card. But you need to fight things through with the Emperor card and that Seven of Wands. So for April, Scorpio, just do it. Just do it. This is not a love reading. If it relates to your love life, great. Hopefully the tarot will have given you some guidance on what you need to do or how you need to achieve things. But the Queen of Swords is welcoming in that Seven of Cups. It's saying bring things down into reality. They don't have to stay in a cloud. Everything is achievable. We don't achieve with the Seven of Cups as far as I'm concerned. It's not an achievement card. But it's something that can start out. Setting the ball rolling to achieve. If only we're strong enough to bring these things into our reality. That's your reading, Scorpio, for the month of April 2016. Any questions, any comments you'd like to leave, please feel free, my darlings. If you want to send me a personal email, you can. But I just wish you the best of luck for April. I hope that this reading has resonated with someone, even if it's only with one person. That's a great thing. And I just hope that this reading, if anything, says that if we can look at what we want to do as people in life, move towards it, try our best, and even fight through whatever this fear is. If you do have a fear about something, everything and anything can be yours, because the Three of Wands says that you've already started attracting it to you. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.